5 skills every man should have. Number 1, the ability to learn and self-educate. Just because you graduated high school, college, that does not mean learning stops there. You will quickly realize that what you learn in school is not necessarily what you need to succeed in life. The best way to succeed in life is to constantly keep learning and improving your skills. Ways that you can self-educate are things such as reading books, watching videos, taking courses, acquiring certifications. Those are just a few things that you can do to improve yourself in a general sense. This is very important for men to do, especially young men, because I see a lot of young men out here in the world who tend to stop learning and they become very much ignorant. Because once you stop learning, you tend to fall behind and the world keeps progressing. You quickly realize how fast the world progresses when you stop learning. Your mindset will tend to be outdated, and so will how you view the world. I constantly keep learning and trying to improve and acquire new skills because that is truly how you succeed in life. Reading books, listening to podcasts, and learning from other people who have experience in things that I do not have has helped me out tremendously. You may think that you know everything, but you will quickly realize how little you really know. I realized I had to put my pride aside and understand that I did not know nothing. I truly was very much inexperienced to a lot of things, and if I did not change that, I would continue to remain ignorant about certain things due to the lack of self-education. As you learn more, you will tend to learn more about yourself as well. You will tend to see that your interests and the things that you believed in or were interested in before will change over time, because the newfound knowledge that you have acquired will allow your mind to change and have different perspectives about different things. This is truly underrated. This will also improve your memory. It will also expand your vocabulary, and it will also allow you to educate others that might be ignorant or not well informed about certain topics or certain information. Because if you depend on the news and social media to learn about information, you would be very much led astray and won't truly know the truth. In order for you to know the truth, you have to go deeper into learning and figuring out things for yourself. If you depend only on social media to learn information, you will be very much shallow-minded and won't have the ability to think for yourself. Number 2, learning how to dress well. A lot of guys don't necessarily care about their appearance and how they present themselves to the world. Being well dressed and well groomed will let people know certain things about you even without you having to speak. You have to figure out what style works best for you, and you have to be willing to experiment with different styles, different clothes to see what looks best on you and what doesn't. If you're constantly wearing sweats and t-shirts everywhere you go, every time you go out to a restaurant, you're just wearing sweats and a t-shirt, or just generally not caring about your appearance, that will affect how people will treat you. When I started improving my wardrobe and my appearance, I noticed a night and day difference from when I wasn't. When I wasn't well dressed and well kept, people really don't pay you much attention. They don't necessarily listen to what you have to say. But when I started dressing better, improving my appearance, everywhere I go, I would get way better treatment from people in general, men and women. You will just get better treatment in life by just having a well-kept image and appearance. It may not seem like a big deal, but people really pay attention to this. And a lot of guys neglect this. I'm not saying to go buy fancy designer and expensive gear. You can definitely find quality clothing for affordable prices that can boost your appearance and improve your life. Being well dressed just catches people's attention faster than if you're not, especially when it comes to women. Women will definitely notice you if you're constantly always well dressed and well kept. They will be more open to conversations with you just because of this. And it can also be a conversation starter when it comes to speaking to women. Number 3, conversation skills. You have to learn how to communicate effectively and understand that everyone communicates differently, but you can also learn how to adapt to how other people communicate and use that to your advantage. This will allow you to navigate different rooms that you're in, because you will come across different people that may have different interests or in just different environments. For instance, you have to know how to speak at work or in a business and corporate setting. You have to know how to go about talking to people and saying the right things. Now, let's say if you go out to a party or something, you also would have to know how to conversate with people at that party or wherever the event is, because it's 2 different settings. The conversations you might have will be different. Good conversation skills will allow you to create connections with anybody. If you do this correctly, you will never feel out of place, and people will try to make you feel more accepted because of this. When it comes to conversation skills, the main thing is being able to listen and not speak over somebody. Allow the person that you're talking to say what they have to say, and then you speak. I used to have a really bad habit of cutting people off mid-conversation until I had to teach myself to stop doing that and allow people to finish what they have to say and then proceed with what I have to say. It also shows maturity in that you have high emotional intelligence, because people with low emotional intelligence will just cut you off when they get triggered or angered without letting you speak your point for them to understand where you're coming from. So this will make people like you more because they see that you're very much understanding and will allow them to say what they have to say so you can properly see where they're coming from, regardless if you agree or disagree. Number 4, learning about woman nature. This will allow for you to prevent yourself from getting heartbroken and will allow for you to see certain red flags way ahead of time rather than not realizing until it's too late. This takes time and experience for you to learn, but you can also learn through other people's experiences, which is a great way to learn as well. Learning how to talk to women and how they operate will allow for you to have success in ways you can't imagine. A lot of guys don't know how to properly talk to women, get women attracted to them, how to really get inside her mind. When I was oblivious to woman nature and how they operated, I constantly was heartbroken and led astray because I was very much blinded and oblivious to certain things. But the moment I learned more about how they operate, that's when I noticed my dating life started to change in a better and positive direction. You can pick up on a lot of signs once you are aware of this. You can pick up on things that most men may tend to overlook and not pay attention to, which in turn can lead to heartbreak and disappointment. Then you'll hear them say, I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what I did wrong, or I didn't see this coming. But in reality, the signs were there. They just were oblivious and uneducated about certain things, which led them to feeling that way. Number 5, personal hygiene. As a man, you have to make sure your hygiene is top tier in a general sense, such as making sure you have a clean appearance, your haircut is always fresh, your facial hair is well kept, your skin is clean, your outfit is nice and ironed, you smell good, everything about you is well put together. That in turn will make you feel better. Also, making sure that your environment is clean as well. See, a lot of guys don't necessarily clean up after themselves. They don't clean up their room. And once you have a lot of clutter, especially in your room and places that you sleep at, it definitely plays a huge toll on your mental well-being. Doing simple things such as cleaning your room, making your bed, hanging up your clothes, simple things such as that will make a huge difference in your life. Your mind will be clearer. You would have more energy. Once I started cleaning up after myself, cleaning my room, hanging up my clothes, making my bed every morning, I slowly realized how much that affected my mental well-being, especially when you leave your house and you come back home. Coming back home to a cluttered room, a messy room, really affects your mental health. If you come home and your room is clean, your house is clean, everything is clean, it makes it easier to decompress. You never know when you might bring a girl over or whenever somebody might come over at any given random moment. If that does happen, you don't have to quickly scour and try to clean up, make sure everything looks presentable. People will also pick up on that. If you invite people over and they see that your house is messy, your room is messy, they're not necessarily going to clean up after themselves. They might just leave their trash anywhere because your house or your room is already messy. It doesn't make a difference for them to pick up after themselves. But if they come to your house and they see that everything is well clean, organized, sanitized, they will be more reluctant in leaving their trash around. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Vivid, and I'm out.